Hey review family, keep it tight. My name is Jay Morris, the review guy, and I'm back again to bring you another video, and in this one I'm going to be covering the new Tomb Mold album entitled Planetary Clairvoyance. This is a 4-piece Toronto technical death metal or brutal death metal band that has been garnering a lot of buzz over this record. I thought Manor of Infinite Forms was a pretty basic tech death release, just normal grooves and riffs that weren't too unlike a lot of contemporary bands or even old bands. Sure, they had good performances, they obviously had some talent on display, but it wasn't really doing anything for me that would make me come back to it. But only a year later from that record, Planetary Clairvoyance leaves them sounding like a completely transformed band entirely. The mix job has become a lot more crude, dingy, fleshy, and just gross. The guitar work on this record is absolutely deadly as they trudge along slowly on these sludge metal parts and pick up the pace when they go faster. It almost sounds like a mixture of old school sludge metal and old school death metal, like 80s death metal. Whereas the drums are probably my favorite change on this record. They're mixed so badly, they just have absolutely no resonance at all. It's like a constant volleyball to the face over and over and over if that volleyball had a healthy assortment of knives and other sharp objects attached to it that were clinging to your face and, ripping your skin off. The vocals are as Cookie Monster-esque and grumbly as ever on their previous records, although I even enjoy them more on this record. Maybe that's because the context of the record completely changed the band, but still, I like them a lot. At the base of this, the blueprint for this record, the foundation for this record, is just very good. Nothing that's blowing me away, nothing that I think is going to blow you away if you've heard a lot of tech death releases both in the underground and in the kind of mainstream. They're not bad by any means, they're really, really good, but they're just normal by brutal death metal and tech death standards. Through this tight grouping of 7 tracks, rounding out at 38 minutes, I think the times when Tomb Mold really shines on this record is when they implement a new progression or a different, unique take on something that's already been done before. From the way the demented guitar rings out alongside these swelling drums on Beg for Life, or on the same exact track when you get that gritty blast beat work near the latter half. And on the self-titled track, Planetary Clairvoyance, the guitar work goes straight up futuristic near the back half, and it was a surprise. I really liked it. And not only that, but the band comes through with more surprises on this track, where the track ends, and then it picks up a few seconds later. It makes you think it's over, but then it restarts for a little bit and sounds straight up thrash metal. Seriously, I'm not joking. It becomes a thrash metal track. Then you have Phosphorine Ultimate, which, basically what I will say about this track, it's one of the coolest things I've heard in a while with sound. It features this person trying to desperately communicate with someone or something and just cutting out, glitching out, backed by this despondently eerie type of ambient instrumental that fits the bill for a devoid of hope or lonesome instrumental for a movie where just the hero's on their knees losing or someone's dying, because it's so lonesome sounding and hopeless sounding. This is one of the best tech death releases you're going to hear this year. I absolutely guarantee it. It reminds me kind of that Horrendous record that dropped last year, Idol, or even Portal's album, Ion, because I think it has that feel of implementing things that have been done before in a very unique and interesting fashion. Sure, there's some moments where they maybe fall into a cliche or trope here or there for a riff or two, but for the most part, with how unresonant this mixing is, how monstrous these vocals are, how amazing this drum work is, and the way everything comes together in this very tight track listing that doesn't waste any time, I honestly wish it was longer because it works spades. Tomb Mold really evolves their sound to new heights. Everything is flawless, and it's hard to find something wrong with this record. Everything is on display in the best way possible. Everything sounds crisp in a non-crisp and an uncrisp way, and the dissonance and just the lack of resonance in all of this just makes it sound like one solid, flowing, smooth, but still coarse in some ways, indiscernible motion. From the slow sections that admire chugging where those hellish guitars take over the track with those hellish riffs, or some of the quicker sections where the blast beats dominate the track and just sound so ice cold and frigid. The sound on this record is great. So yeah, Tomb Mold sold me on this record. I highly suggest checking it out if you are into tech death, brutal death metal, or you just want something new, because this is a very unique listen through and through. I'm going to be giving this record an 8 out of 10, and that is a wrap. Please start freely on screen. I'll link some videos that you might be interested in. Have you heard this new tomb mold record, Planetary Clairvoyance? If you have, let me know in the comment section below what you thought about it. I'd love to discuss the record with you. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you happen to be new here. Smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. And I'm signing off. My name is Jay Morris, the Review Guy. I'm saying farewell.